Hello and welcome back to Reason News. Our top story today, the Economic Freedom Fighters, or EFF, filled the streets of Pretoria yesterday in a powerful demonstration against the proposed increase in value-added tax, or VAT. With thousands of supporters marching from the union buildings to the National Treasury, the EFF aimed to send a clear message ahead of Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana's crucial budget speech later this week. Yesterday morning saw Pretoria CBD was a sea of red as an estimated 10,000 EFF members and supporters gathered at the union buildings. Buses streamed in from across Tshwane. The atmosphere was jubilant, with supporters singing struggle songs and waving placards denouncing the VAT hike. The EFF dubbed yesterday's protest a VAT victory march, celebrating what the party describes as a major triumph for ordinary South Africans. This follows last week's Western Cape High Court decision to suspend the proposed 0.5 percentage point VAT increase and set aside the 2025 fiscal framework and revenue proposals. EFF leader Julius Malema delivered a fiery speech crediting his party's efforts in Parliament and the courts for blocking the VAT hike. Malema argued the increase would have disproportionately affected the poor and working class and called on supporters to continue building the EFF as the only party capable of liberating South Africans from economic justice. Here's a video from Eyewitness News.
We are here to make this message very clear. You want money, go and take more money from Rupert, take more money from Oppenheimers, take more money from Patrice Motsepe. All those who are rich, they must pay more because the poor cannot afford. You must not be intimidated by this thing that they are saying we are killing white people. There is no white person who's being killed in South Africa. If you go and look at the stats, it's white people killing each other for policy inheritance. They kill each other and blame that on us. We must refuse and we must reject that propaganda, which is a lie. Even those 49 Afrikaners who were marching, going to USA, you must know that thing is not real. It's a fiction. Those people were acting. They are actors. They are very good actors.
We have been at the center of fighting the VAT increase proposal that was initially adopted by the National Assembly of at least a 1% increase above the 15% that we are subjected to as consumers in South Africa. We obviously voted against the budget in the National Assembly. We felt that the processes and the procedures that led to the formulation of the budget and the item being tabled in front of the National Assembly had been flawed and unlawful. And we successfully obviously won because we not only voted against it, but we also through litigation processes upheld our views there. And the prayers of the courts, in actual fact, in the papers that were brought by another political organization, found favor in terms of the views of the economic freedom fighters at the time, and which has now obviously successfully led to a process or a rerun of the process of the budget process in itself.
The demonstration came just days after a major legal victory for the EFF and its allies. The Western Cape High Court found that Parliament's adoption of the 2025 fiscal framework was unlawful, halting the VAT increase that was due to take effect on 1st of May. The EFF, supported by the Democratic Alliance, challenged the process, arguing it bypassed proper constitutional and parliamentary procedures. Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana, a key proponent of the VAT hike, has criticized the legal challenge as politics in legal clothing, insisting the increase was necessary to stabilize government finances and fund essential services. During the march, the EFF delivered a memorandum to the National Treasury demanding not just the scrapping of the VAT hike, but also broader reforms. These include the nationalization of the Reserve Bank, lower interest rates, increased social grants, and a budget that prioritizes human dignity and structural transformation. In response to the court ruling and public outcry, Finance Minister Godongwana announced the VAT rate will remain at 15% from 1st of May. He will retable the 2025 budget review in Parliament tomorrow, including a revised fiscal framework and appropriation bill. Godongwana warned the decision to forego the VAT increase remains a significant revenue shortfall, and Parliament will need to adjust government spending to protect fiscal sustainability. He emphasized that the revised budget will be developed in consultation with all political parties and stakeholders. For the EFF, yesterday's march is a chance to claim credit for protecting the poor and to position itself as the true champion of working-class South Africans. Malema used the opportunity to criticize both the Treasury and the ruling party, vowing to fight any budget that prioritizes austerity or foreign debt payments over people's needs. Supporters told reporters that they feel the EFF is the only party listening to their struggles, while others expressed hope that the VAT victory would lead to more pro-poor policies. The march was peaceful, with a heavy police presence and no major incidents reported. City authorities praised organizers for cooperating on road closures and crowd control, though Pretoria's CBD experienced significant traffic disruptions throughout the day. All eyes now turn to Cape Town, where Finance Minister Godongwana will deliver his third budget speech of the year tomorrow. The revised budget will need to address the 75 billion rand revenue gap left by the abandoned VAT hike, while balancing the demands of fiscal discipline and social protection. Until a new budget is passed, government services will continue to be funded under emergency provisions of the Public Finance Management Act, allowing limited spending based on last year's budgets. The EFF mass march in Pretoria marks a major moment in the ongoing battle over South Africa's fiscal future. With the VAT increase halted by the courts and the Treasury forced back to the drawing board, the coming days will be critical for the country's economic direction. Until next time, stay informed, stay updated, and stay curious.